miles an hour. So again, normal high this time of year is 86 degrees, but on Friday we're going to see our warmest day of the year before a cold front pushes in. We're going to be looking at the possibility of a couple of thunderstorms, but Saturday, mid-80s, lower to mid-80s with mostly sunny skies. Front knocking on the door. We've got some showers and thunderstorms lining up behind it. Ahead of this boundary, very warm, very humid from Kansas City to Omaha and Des Moines, even up towards Minneapolis, just very soupy. But behind the front, we've got high pressure dropping in out of Canada. That's going to bring some cooler, drier air. We've been looking out over the last 3 hours is an area of snow moving across I-80 and up towards the Omaha area. That will continue northward, eventually reaching Sioux City sometime between midnight and 3 a.m. right here, just to the southeast of O'Neill. That's moving on towards the northeast. We'll be looking like that storm will push to the west of Yankton, but it's a whole cluster of storms that are starting to develop well down to the south that has us a little bit nervous here in the Weather Center this evening. Rain showing up just to the around West Point, in between West Point and Pender, where we are looking at a little bit of potentially small hail with that system. The Titan impact is at 3 with about a quarter-inch hail. These storms moving on towards the east at about 14 miles an hour.
The weather has just changed around here forever. This is not your typical October.
It really isn't. Temperatures usually about 6 to 10 degrees below where they've been the last several days. It was a touch cooler today because we did have that cold front come through and those strong north winds this afternoon. But Sioux City tomorrow morning will burn off a little bit of patchy fog, 57 by 8 a.m., 79 by noontime, and 83 by 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Basically a carbon copy of what we've seen each of the last couple of days, and we'll probably continue to see for a couple of more. Looks as we head through the overnight hours. Still pretty quiet in our neck of the woods, but we are watching a cold front dropping down, and that is going to bring us that chance of rain tomorrow night into Wednesday. As that cold front gets a little bit closer, you can see the showers lining up. The jet stream is bringing a powerful area of low pressure out of the Four Corners across the Texas Panhandle through the day tomorrow, and eventually that area of low pressure is going to start kicking out to the northeast. Once it does, we'll start tapping into a very strong northwest flow that is going to bring near blizzard conditions for us into Wednesday. So once the snow is done, we still have a little bit to be concerned about. Storms now just pushing to the east of Sergeant Bluff, and another batch of heavy rain across western portions of Plymouth County. Where we're sitting at right now in Sioux City, under mostly clear skies, we are down to 65 degrees. Relative humidity right now at 78%. By about midnight, Spencer to Storm Lake will see some of the strongest storms, and that front will continue to kick eastward. By the time you wake up tomorrow morning, we should see a good bit of sunshine as the clearing will start to begin.
Storm coverage tonight with Siouxland's Chief Meteorologist Chad Sandwell and your no-wait weather. Chad, the big question now is when will it stop?
Well, Michelle, I think we're going to continue with the chance of snow through the overnight hours, and by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, snow should be tapering off across the area. Still looking at some decent snowfall right now. We're looking at snows across parts of northeast Nebraska and also northwest Iowa. We have seen as much as 5 to 6 inches in and around the Sioux City area, and we could see as much as a couple more before all is said and done, giving us that total of about 9 inches that we talked about during the night yesterday. Now you take a look at the satellite imagery. Again, big area of cloud cover, big area of low pressure, continues to spill snow towards the northeast. A lot of eastern Nebraska and western Iowa really going to get hard, as is the Des Moines area right now, where we are looking at probably anywhere from 12 to 14 inches of snow across the I-80 corridor through the overnight hours into tomorrow. Now, as you take a look, we have winter weather advisories for parts of South Dakota. We have winter storm warnings for Nebraska and Iowa, but we also have blizzard warnings in effect through Wednesday. Even though the snow will start to taper off early tomorrow morning, we'll be looking for winds 20 to 30 miles an hour with gusting up to 40. So what we'll see is ground blizzard conditions and probably some near whiteout conditions as well. So travel not going to be advised during the next 24 hours. Now, you take a look at the surface map, plenty of snowfall out there still to be had as we work our way through the early morning hours tomorrow. By tomorrow evening, we might actually even see a little bit of sunshine before all is said and done. So the snowfall totals, in addition to the 5 to 6 we have right now, could see another 3, maybe 3.5 inches more, giving us about 9.5 inches or so when all is said and done. You take a look at the roadways. If you're headed out tonight, my advice, don't. You can see snow, slush, and ice-covered roadways all across the region. And we'll talk more about your forecast in detail coming up in just a few minutes. Michelle? I'm Siouxland's Chief Meteorologist Chad Sandwell. And Siouxland winters may mean extra time out on the roads, but you don't have to lose sleep over the winter weather. Get your forecast from Siouxland's only primetime newscast, KPTH News at 9, and get to sleep on your schedule.
A great meteorologist is a scientist who can take all the weather data he gets from all the fancy weather technology and turn that info into your forecast. That is what Siouxland's Chief Meteorologist is doing right now. Chad's working on your forecast. It'll be done tonight at 10.